Alright, what's up guys? It's been a long time since I've done a gaming video or kept any content up, so I'll finally do another gaming museum, whatever you want to call it, physical media museum, my man cave tour. Um, I'll put on some music again. I'm sorry I don't have some epic Tron music to put on this time. I still have that other video up. I'll put a link to that up too. Um, I'm gonna take like the first 3 to 5 minutes to talk in the beginning of this video, so I'll put a timestamp in the description to skip by all the intro stuff. Let me put some music on. I got Jimmy playing. Should start with Purple Haze. So I don't know how many shelves I'm at now. I'm at like 50 shelves. I'm pretty much maxed out. Maybe I could fit one or two more, or there might be a few custom areas for shelves I can put in. I'll back up right now. This is not really like even the entrance. There's more walls and spots for all the gaming stuff. Like just to look down, there's like multiple like waves and rows of stuff. So one up here, it's probably just gonna get filled with all boxes on top of these shelves, but there's like a couple feet, 2-3 feet of like where I could put custom shelves. I'm not going to, but on the other side, all that 2 or 3 feet. If I ever run out of room, I will probably pay someone to just come put in one super long shelf up there with some LEDs or something. But there is a little bit more room for me to expand. Let me see. Sorry, I'm walking around so much. I technically could put another tall shelf right there, but I'm trying to not block that door. I'm gonna skip to, I'm gonna pause it and go to like the entrance of this room. So it starts off here, and I have one shelf right there, kind of at the entrance. I could put another one right there, and I kind of wanted to like put beads down, so it kind of separates this room from the rest of the house. So I will go through. I'm not gonna spew out information like I'm the gaming historian. I'll point out if I have like a few hundred games, and if I think there's a few thousand, or how many more, or how many am I gonna get if I'm interested or not. Am I gonna complete it? Blah blah blah. How much did it cost? If there's some rare ones, I'll point out some stuff, but it's not gonna be like a full like museum tour. I'm not gonna go through every individual game. I'm not gonna scan through every single shelf and show you every little thing. So this is mostly right here. All this is mostly video game stuff. That's my handheld section, mostly right here. These 2 or 3 shelves. I'll zoom in a little more. If I had to guess, I'd probably say I might have like 5,000 games. I might have like 2,000 movies, and I might have 100 systems, maybe like 75-ish different platforms of video game systems. If you include like the Japanese or PAL or whatever the American versions. All right, so I'm gonna pause it and gather my thoughts, and then I'll probably go shelf to shelf or collection to collection, like really as fast as I can. All right, so I'll start at the entrance, because there probably will be another one right here. I was trying to turn this into like my ancient section, or like the super foreign section. What's that? MSX2, Japanese, Dick Smith Wizard. That's from Australia. I'll zoom in more. Like that touchdown, like just ancient stuff. Like the old LED like game stuff and foreign stuff, and all foreign, Australia. Like Pong systems and Microvision, like I said, LEDs. That's like Mattel Aquarius. More Pong things. I just fell down. Super ancient handhelds, combat, but Pong, laser discs. So I was gonna do more like these older handhelds. I'll zoom in on them. More like these older handhelds where there's just not, it's just dots going on like that right there. And like this one down here. Some more like super old stuff like this, and this microvision game stuff. I was gonna put all that stuff like right there on one shelf and keep this area separate. All right, moving on. Out of breath already. Let me pause it. So I guess this would be like 80% of the handheld section. I just recently cleaned all the shelves and added this big shelf in the middle. I tried to get all the Switch stuff separate, all the cases and all the boxes and all the games. A lot of those are probably sealed. Those are games my wife wanted to play. I just got a working PSP. I got the case right there and more games. Those are all PSP. Movies on the left, games on the right. What's that? Gamecom? 3 of them. I don't know how many came in that. I actually will try to get a full set of that just because I'm stupid. I'm pretty much maxed out of space for PSP. Got room for the Switch to grow. What's that? Wonder Swan Color and Wonder Swan games. Neo Geo Pocket Color. I do pick them up, but only when I see them in person. I don't really shop for them online. Engage, Nokia Engage. I got that one. It actually doesn't. The battery doesn't hold the charge anymore. I'm gonna get the second model. I forget how many games come in this set too, but I think I'm like a third or a quarter done or something like that. So I'm still pretty good. PlayStation Vita. I need a new one. The thumbstick is a little drifty or messed up, but added a few games recently. Game Boy Color. I think I just separated this. That should be all Game Boy Color. That should be all original Game Boy. That should be all TurboGrafx, except for the system. Some of the stuff I have like separate areas. This is 3DS. I probably put the sealed ones standing up. I try to put most of the loose ones back in the cases. DS. So there should be Game Gear. I just got the Nomad mixed in there because it's Sega. There should be Game Gear. There should be loose Game Gear. And there should be just, I don't know what random is. Oh, Game Boy Color. So I just recently made all these shelves. Haven't got messed up yet. I'll pause it again. Alright, sorry, I was getting text too. Alright, catch a breather. So I'll go over to the Intellivision, the Super Nintendo GameCube in a second. So I just bought a mandolin. I have been playing a little bit, and I've been tattooing myself, and I've been lifting weights and building like my own home gym. So that's a lot of the reason, and working like crazy, why I haven't been online. So Intellivision, this whole shelf is, I forget how many there are, if there's like 120 or 130 games for it, but I have like 70-ish something boxed, and like all together I think I have like 115 maybe. So I'm pretty close to completing the set. I have the 1, the 2, the keyboard, the modem. I have some rare ones. I have a lot of the more rare manuals. There's a couple of PAL ones. Those 2 are PAL ones. A lot of the Intellivision the modules in the box and stuff. I don't have the other versions there in the box. I passed on them, but I could get them easily. A Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, the Japanese one. Super Nintendo, all the box stuff, all the loose cartridges. More of the rare ones or expensive ones are probably displayed. Super Famicom, GameCube, randomness. What's that? Dreamcast right there on the bottom. Dreamcast Wii. It's mostly Genesis right here, all boxes. I don't know how many I have. maybe 150, maybe like 80-ish boxed. All the loose ones, probably the better ones are probably displayed like down here. Or the ones that are signed by the live action Mortal Kombat people are signed right there from going to the conventions. It's that Neo Geo AES, giant cartridges, the Wii U on top, the Wii U stuffed all in the corners, the boxes, and the Wii's. I will probably try to go for a full Wii U set. Probably not Wii. I don't know how many there are, like 1,000 or whatever. I'm good with 100 and something. Original Xbox is on top. I don't know how many I have. Probably less than 100. I'm not going to complete it. I don't know how many Xbox One games I have. Probably less than 100. I'm not going to complete it. Xbox 360, I probably have less than 100. I'm not going to complete it. It's that Japanese Sega Saturn. Losing my breath. Probably got a couple hundred PS2 games. I don't know how many there are. A couple thousand. I'm not going to complete it. I'm just guessing. Greatest hits. There's PAL ones right there. PAL PS2. Some of these systems are up top. They're complete in box, but like there's loose ones. Half of them are PAL. What we got? PlayStation 1. I don't know how many I got. Like 150. Never gonna complete it. What do we got? PS3. Sorry for the shaky camera movement. PS3. I don't know how many I have. Maybe 100 and something. 150. Never gonna complete it. All the box stuff. PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all the way across. The 5's and behind the PS4. PS4, I don't know how many I have. 150, I'm just guessing. Never gonna complete it. I have room to grow for most of these, although they're empty. For every system, I've pretty much organized them, or I got it so they can all grow. Like up there, the Xbox, they fell over. A couple of them fell over, but the Wii U. Nintendo. I would assume it's half complete. There's 30 something in the box on top, complete in the box. There's probably at least 300 loose ones. Most of the rare stuff I got rid of or traded for, like say one PS5 and stuff like that. That Donkey Kong Jr. math is probably like $500 right there. I don't know what the manual. The Vectrex, Coleco. What's this? Coleco. Is that 3DO? Coleco. Radio Shack TRS 80. Commodore 64. What I don't even know what that is. Cue cards. Japanese. A whole bunch of Japanese stuff. Texas Instruments. Name's not coming to me. Apple computers and Texas Instruments and cassette things and Sega Saturn. PS5 is small because mostly digital. I don't have a lot of Xbox ones. I don't have the physical one. It's that Saturn, some Japanese Saturn. I got room to grow for both on bottom. Arcadia 2001. What's that? Channel F. What's that? A Commodore. VIC-20. Got a little bit room to grow. Odyssey. This is just a crap. Sorry for the dust. This crap I have hooked up. The TurboGrafx, Nintendo, Wii, Super Nintendo. What's that? The Neo Geo Mini one, the Super Nintendo Mini one, the Sega, the Dreamcast. I'm gonna back up for a second. So, there's one thing that needs to be done right now is the coffee table. There is none. That chest needs to go. I have one picked out where it's like 2 layers and it's just got some beams in it, so I can have 10 or 15 systems hooked up at the same time with that tube TV, and that 42-inch 4K side by side on top of the coffee table, and then I have the smaller tube in the corner, and then that older flat screen right there, 32-inch, I would put where that tube is, and I have two in the middle. So I have, it's like $1,000 for the one I want because how big it is and the exact size and what it's made out of. I just have not had it done. So I don't think there's, again, any room for any more shelves. It's kind of empty right there. I could do something later. So this is the boxed wall section of mostly older stuff. Channel F, the channel F2 is behind it. There's two VIC-20s, the Radio Shack, the Odyssey, the TurboGrafx, the Odyssey 1 stuff, Atari 400s, Atari XEs, Neo Geo stuff, Neo Geo AES, that's Japanese, the Gemini, what's that, Texas Instruments, 2600, that's all Xbox systems. Some loose carts if I had cases and holders and stuff. I stacked them up here. If I had like Red Bulls or stuff with video game related stuff on them, Pac-Man stuff, I put them up here. This whole one shelf is Atari 2600, nothing but just boxed games. A couple of 5200 controllers. I'll move them at some point to make more room for games, but I forget how many can fit on this one shelf. Maybe like 175-ish or something like that. I don't know what I'm at now, like maybe 130s, 40s. So it has room to grow. This section is not super organized. It needs to be moved around because like that's 5200 stuff loose, but then I have the box stuff over there. So it's a big jump. I need to mess around with all this crap. It's Atari 400, 800. Those are the cassettes and the manuals. Loose Atari 2600 games in cases, and the cases, and those are PAL. Atari Jaguar. I don't know how many there are. I will try to go for the full set. I will try to go for the full set of 5200 games. Those are just loose ones. Coleco 5200 systems and Atari 7800s and Atari 2600 and the Atari 2600 Vader. I don't know what's underneath that, but more systems. Atari 400, 800 carts. Atari 2600, probably the more valuable ones. They're all in cases except for the ones in the back. Atari Lynx. That one's signed by Elvira. Is there anything else signed of? That's signed too. Was it Bob Backlund book is signed? There's other books and other things signed down here. I'm not gonna be able to point them all out. Where am I at? Atari 7800. I will go for the full set of that. I don't know how many there are. 50 to 70. Same thing for that. 5200. I will go for the full set. I don't know how many there are. 50 or 70. Whatever. Randomness. Cases and batteries and stuff. Let me pause it. I played the whole album. Whole first side. Alright. So this turned into the Xbox section. Like all the big boxes, I threw them on top. And all the bigger box stuff that just didn't, controllers and crap, that didn't fit over into that section because I didn't have a top spot for boxes. Xbox. So I started saving more boxes. That was just a cheap record player, the mandolin box. More Xbox systems on the bottom. This is like it's dirty. I need to clean that. A monster. I started making like a little separate video game, like movie area. Pat Phineas Punk videos. Those are probably signed. Those are all like video game movies. These were the Atari 2600 games. I think these are the what do you call it? Telegames ones. I just had those separate cases. This all dirty. This is my dog. running in and out of the door here. I need to clean it up. So I just random CDs and cassettes and 8-tracks and folders and cases, and it's an 8-track player, a little boombox cassette, a little CD case holder I haven't used yet. Used to have my TurboGrafx in there. This is like my little test station for my Atari 2600 cards when I get them in. So it's a newer one I got from a retro shop. It's working, so that's why I have it there with that TV hooked up. Philips CDI, PlayStation 1, all the Philips CDI stuff. Another tube TV, all my records. I'm not going to go through all the records. All the burned, I don't know what's our TV shows. This is all video game. Books and manuals, probably. Computer stuff. So we're going to bounce over to the movie section. So this is my second movie section. The other movie section is the Laserdisc one. There's a third one that's all horror movies. This section still has room to grow. I can probably fit at least a couple hundred more on here. I tried to organize it. I tried to take care of it, but like, I'll zoom in on stuff up top. There's all sorts of burned stacks of DVDs and shows and movies and stuff. All the whatever bigger collectible stuff's on top. Like, those are all stacks and just burned stuff. Slowly over the years, when I get like the physical versions of shows, I'll get rid of them. I'll just give them away, the burned ones. So I still have leftovers. Haven't touched them in years. I'm not gonna go through this section by section. I'll just, I don't know. If you added all my sections together, it's probably a couple thousand. So I tried to do like a DVD section. That was that right there. That's got room to grow on the bottom. I tried to put all the Disney VHS stuff on the bottom. I tried to make like a kids section. There's all cartoon movies. Most of the comics, most of the comic stuff is right there. Some of the fantasy stuff is right there. A lot of the kung fu stuff is right there. A lot of the war stuff is right there. My little horror section is probably gonna get 75% taken. Mostly right there and right there. I tried to put all the VHS comedies in like a one shelf right there. Random stuff on top. Betamax. I tried to make a Blu-ray section right here. I was just gonna go all the way down, but it got taken over by VHS tapes. I don't know how many I have. At least a couple hundred. A lot. I'll bounce over to the player where I have my hookup, my setup. So I got the DVD on the top, the VHS. I got the Laserdisc. I think it plays VCDs and other stuff. And then the bottom one plays VCDs, DVDs, and CDs. So this is like my setup for all my older movies on, I don't know what that is, like a 32 or 5-inch tube TV. Tried to do like a live comedy section, the HD DVD section, space section. Most of the TV shows, The Walking Dead, The Lost, Big Bang. I try to put them all kind of in the same area. Heroes, all the Star Wars ones, all in one spot. All the Rocky ones in one spot. Star Trek, all the mobster ones, all the Turtles ones. I think that's it. Alright, I am out of breath. It's my day off. I have not done it. I probably won't do another tour video for another year or two. Maybe if it ever gets done, if I ever do like, put up those shelves up there, or if I ever do put the shelf in the entrance to this door, or if I put up the beads and kind of separate this room, or put up LEDs, whenever more stuff is done. We've been working on that door. putting up cameras outside, just put up the blinds and making it airtight and stuff, and messing with locks and stuff. Putting up cameras everywhere. So I'm always working at this. I'm always like the Atari 2600 games. Those 140-ish or whatever, like 130 of those probably are in cases. I'm working on slowly all the Atari 2600 games, the loose ones. Those should all be in cases too. Mostly all of the older cardboard stuff should be in cases by now. So I'm constantly moving stuff. I'm constantly cleaning stuff. I'm constantly fixing stuff. I'm just going to the Vita because that thumbstick isn't working. I could probably stand down and get it fixed. I'll probably just buy a new one. I don't have one box. I'll probably just buy one in the box one time for my son's birthday or Christmas or something. So I will continuously be doing it. Maybe one day in the future, if I ever get the time or the energy, I'll go through like a collection at a time and actually look up the information, how many games there are for it, how many do I actually have, and blah blah blah, and actually go through more of the details stuff. I do not have the time, the energy to put in any kind of effort for that right now. I'm gonna take a quick pause and see if there's anything I forgot to say about a lot of stuff. I'm looking at stuff right now. I need to do like all those command controllers. There's 4 of them. And it pisses me off that one of them is like offset. I need to get them all in a row and rearrange like box stuff. Literally everything is like on a ladder here. I don't know if you can pick up on that. Wherever I am at right now, wherever the camera is at right now, I'm at like 6 feet. So it's like, I don't know what it is, 14-foot tall ceilings or something. It's crazy. I literally have to take a giant freaking ladder just to, like, for the games that fell down up there, the Xbox game that fell down, just to fix everything. But I still enjoy doing it. I still do it. I don't spend as much money as I used to on it. I mostly look for pre-Nintendo stuff, like the old Atari stuff, the old PC stuff, that stuff that nobody cares about. I find it's more like a treasure hunt. It's more fun for me to try to find stuff that nobody cares about and nobody sees. I don't care about the value. I like the old stuff anyway. I didn't even look at the middle stuff. It's like my Virtual Boy stuff. Those are all books. Probably all video game coffee table books. Pat Daniel's Pumpkin, other ones. V-Reader stuff. That's my Vectrex. Sorry, tissue box there. I don't know. I'm almost complete. I probably will complete the Vectrex. I should, since my name is Vectrex Online, but I would have to start shoving them in the back right there. And I got these three seats, really beanbag chairs, and these 3 chairs right there. And Wally, and random old PC stuff shoved in the corner. So there's like layers. It's like ridiculous to walk in here. There's like layers and layers. I'm sure the horde's gonna continue. So that's it. I'm out. If you couldn't hear Jimmy, sorry for you. I can hear Jimmy. I'm out.